These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. An investigation is underway after a body was found floating in the lake at Cesar Chavez Park near 35th Avenue and Baseline. Details are limited at this point, and it's unclear how that person died. We will keep you updated with any developments. It has been 5 years since George Floyd died in police custody. Vigils were held over the weekend to remember Floyd, who died after a Minnesota officer knelt on his neck for more than 9 minutes.
Say his name! George Floyd! Say his name! George Floyd!
That's video there showing protesters in downtown Phoenix back in 2020. Now Floyd's uncle, Roger Floyd, is opening up to ABC15, sharing his concerns that efforts to address police brutality are regressing. And he fears that's the case in Phoenix after this week, the Department of Justice halted its probe into the city's police department. Under President Trump's administration, Phoenix is one of 6 departments nationwide where the DOJ will now be ending its oversight of police reform.
And these occurrences are going to take place over and over and time again because they feel that there's no accountability. And that's unfortunate for the underserved. And therefore, these things are going to happen over and over again. And we're back in the same predicament that we were back in 2020 and times before then.
Floyd says going forward, his family will keep pressing lawmakers to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, which previously failed in Congress. In today's Operation Safe Roads report, it may be the unofficial start of summer, but today also marks the 100 deadliest days for teen drivers. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, over a dozen teens die in car crashes every day in the U.S., and numbers start to increase in the summer.
We're almost in June, which means the hot weather is almost here too. And as those temperatures rise, so do our summer air conditioning bills. So we want to share some proven strategies to keep that electric bill down.
Rob Evans is an AC technician. With summer just around the corner, he's headed into his busy season as consumers crank up the air conditioning. His best advice is not to skip an annual tune-up or you could be in for trouble.
Things could clog, things can break, things could freeze.
A tune-up will ensure your system is running its best.
You want to make sure it's got the right amount of refrigerant in it, make sure it's running as efficient as possible.
He also says to check your filter every couple of months. Low coolant or clogged filters, he says, will result in a much higher cooling bill. Nathan Schulter with the Home Energy Club says there are other simple things you can do to save on your electric costs.
If you're running a load of laundry, consider washing it on cold instead of warm. Where possible, hang dry your laundry if you can.
The biggest tip, he says, is to put your thermostat on a timer. The Department of Energy estimates that you can save 10% on your energy usage by adjusting your thermostat by 7 to 10 degrees for just 8 hours a day. He also suggests switching to all LED light bulbs, which can reduce your energy costs by over 25%. Schulter says be sure to turn off appliances like coffee machines and video game systems that may be on standby mode. They're still drawing power even when they aren't being used. And he agrees you should not skip that annual tune-up.
It's a small investment to be comfortable during the hottest days of the month.
Small steps to keep your cooling bills down so you don't waste your money. John Mattery's Scripps News Group.
Century. This year is a very special one for the Scripps National Spelling Bee, marking 100 years since the Spelling Bee first began back in 1925. Several hundred students from across the nation, including 4 from Arizona, will be competing to see who will be this year's top speller. The fun begins tomorrow.
With your most accurate forecast on this Memorial Day, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. It'll be a warm start to the holiday with temperatures here in the valley near 80 degrees at 8 o'clock, 93 at midday, and there's our forecast 100 degrees, which is 2 degrees above the seasonal normal of 98. Elsewhere across state, 48 on this holiday. Temperatures up in the high country and along the rim, only the mid to upper 70s, 80s as you head toward areas like Payson, Prescott, and Sedona. 90s along the I-10 corridor from Casa Grande to the Old Pueblo, and 100 in Phoenix, and hotter still in Mojave County with highs between 101 in Bullhead City and Lake Havasu City to 102 down the road there in Quartzsite. Now, we are anticipating some passing clouds later on this evening and again tomorrow, thanks to a weak storm system that will provide parts of northern Arizona a slight chance for a sprinkle or two tomorrow. Your 7-day forecast showing those temperatures climbing the rest of the week and into the weekend as well, with a chance of rain picking up beyond Tuesday, at least in the high country, with highs in the 80s Friday and Saturday in Flagstaff.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com, or you can download that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.